Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how Deacon Sharp might lose his life protecting Taylor from Sheila's revenge on the Bold and the Beautiful. And let me tell you, things are getting absolutely insane on the show right now. I mean, we all knew this was coming. We all saw the signs from a mile away, but seeing it actually play out on screen is just wild. Deacon Sharp is in so much trouble, like life or death trouble, and Taylor Hayes is right there in the mud with him. So the spoilers for the next few weeks are just packed with drama. And it all revolves around this crazy love triangle, or I guess you could call it a death triangle at this point, because Sheila Carter Sharp is not someone you want to mess with ever. But Deacon did. He cheated on her with her friend and therapist, and now the whole world is about to explode in Los Angeles. So the big news from the spoiler documents is that Deacon is finally taking the threat his wife poses seriously, and it is about time, because for a while there, he was just acting like everything was fine, like he could just sneak around with Taylor and nothing bad would happen. But Deacon is waking up. He believes Sheila does not know about his affair yet, or at least he hopes she does not know the full extent of it. But he is going to make sure Taylor is protected at any cost. And that phrase right there, at any cost, that is what has everyone freaking out. Because when a character on a soap opera says they will protect someone at any cost, it usually means they are going to pay with their life. It is just a classic daytime trope. And B&B loves a good tragic ending to a forbidden romance. Devoted daytime viewers took note of Sean Kanan's dialogue recently. Kanan is the actor who plays Deacon, and he is brilliant, but his lines have been so heavy lately. Deacon's comments about doing whatever was necessary to keep Taylor safe and not focusing on himself, it felt like massive foreshadowing, like the writers are setting us up for a huge loss. Actually, there have been so many hints about some calamity coming, a big disaster that will change the show forever. Sure, every seeming tease could prove to be a purposeful distraction. The writers love to play games with us. They want us to think one thing so they can shock us with another, but if they are not playing games, if this is real, then Sheila Carter Sharp is geared to deliver deadly justice, and it is going to be bloody. And what Sheila says really matters. You have to listen to her words carefully, because Sheila is uncertain right now. She does not trust easily. She told Deacon that recently. She looked him in the eye and said she struggles to trust. In soap time, they have been married for several years. That is a long time for someone like Sheila to stay somewhat sane. She has greatly matured during that daytime period. She really has. She became a business owner. She worked at the restaurant. She tried to be a good wife. But she has made some mistakes. Of course she has. She is Sheila. However, she told Deacon that his love changed her. She said she is not going to allow anyone to come between them, and she meant every single word of that. Sheila actually told Taylor that months ago, back when she was suspicious of Rebecca Budig's character making a play for Deacon. Sheila was getting weird vibes. She could tell Taylor was hanging around a lot, but Sheila did not know that Deacon and Taylor were actually falling in love. She misinterpreted that connection as marital help. She thought Taylor was just being a good therapist, trying to help Deacon deal with his issues, trying to help their marriage. Sheila even thanked Taylor. She hugged her. She overshared about her sex life with Deacon, just completely laying it on thick. And Taylor just stood there and took it. Knowing she was sleeping with Deacon behind Sheila's back, it is just so messed up. And Sheila is going to snap when she realizes she was played for a fool, because nobody plays Sheila. Nobody. And now Taylor is going to admit it. The spoilers for the week of April 6th to April 10 say that Sheila will keep pushing. She will confront Taylor in her office, and she will demand the truth, and Taylor will finally break. Taylor will admit that she fell in love with Deacon. She will look Sheila in the eye and say it, and Sheila will have a wild outburst a massive emotional eruption right there in the office. Taylor will have a frightening experience, but it looks like she will not get physically hurt in that exact moment. But the emotional damage is done, the secret is out, and Taylor is going to confirm that this is not just some passing fling. It is not just a physical thing. She loves him, and Deacon loves her. And Taylor will also confirm that she is not using Deacon to get over Ridge Forrester, because that is what everyone thought at first. Viewers probably agree that Taylor's connection to Deacon happened because she was rebounding. She was dumped by Ridge again. Ridge chose Brooke again, and Taylor was left out in the cold. So she gravitated toward Deacon. They had this newfound friendship. They bonded over being the outsiders, but now this couple is arguably fated and probably fateful. They feel like they have something special. And Sheila will have to wrap her head around that news. Her husband does not just want to sleep with another woman. He wants to build a life with her. He gave his heart to someone else. And that is the ultimate betrayal for a woman like Sheila. But Taylor cannot agree to Steffi Forrester Finnegan's demands. Steffi is Taylor's daughter, and Steffi is losing her mind over this. Steffi cannot believe that her mother does not see reality. Steffi knows how dangerous Sheila is. Steffi was shot by Sheila. Finn was shot by Sheila. They have all suffered because of this woman. And now Taylor is poking the bear. While Taylor and Deacon had not been caught red-handed by Sheila yet, Steffi felt it was bound to happen. Steffi has been giving ultimatums. She has been screaming at Taylor to stop seeing Deacon. But Taylor cannot agree to her daughter's demand. She just cannot do it because of the love they share. Emotion over logic. It is a crazy choice, but it is her choice. And emotion over logic has been a part of the human condition forever. It has been explored through the indelible soap opera genre since these dramas were broadcast during daytime hours on the radio. People make bad choices for love. They risk their lives for love. And Taylor is doing exactly that. She is a world-renowned psychiatrist. She should know better. She should see the psychological profile of Sheila and run the other way. But she does not. She stays, she kisses Deacon, she sleeps with Deacon. She invites him over to the Cliff House, which leads to one of the craziest near misses in the show's history. And we have to talk about that Cliff House incident because it sets the stage for all the violence that is about to come. So Steffi and Finn and the kids go out on a little camping trip. They leave Taylor alone at the Cliff House, and Taylor knows she is going to be alone. So she invites Deacon over, and Deacon tells Sheila a lie. He tells her he is going to go to dinner with his daughter, Hope Logan Spencer, just a nice father-daughter dinner. But instead, he goes to see Taylor, and they have some time alone. They throw caution to the wind. They get into bed, and then the nightmare happens. Sheila shows up with a knife, a literal knife. She is pounding on the door, screaming, and Deacon has to make a split-second decision. He manages to make a quick getaway. He scurries out the window, leaving Taylor alone in the bed. It was sloppy, it was chaotic, but he escaped. And by the time Sheila kicks the bedroom door in and runs inside, all she sees is Taylor, just Taylor alone in her bed, sweaty and disheveled, with the balcony door wide open. And Sheila is suspicious. She even suggests Taylor was having some alone time, which Taylor uses as an excuse. But Steffi finds out about this later, and Steffi tells Finn about the mess. She tells her husband that Sheila was pounding on the door holding a knife, and Finn is just incredulous. He cannot believe it. And Steffi says the truest thing ever. She says they both would have been dead. If Sheila caught them in that bed, they would be dead. And Ridge Forrester is going to hear about this too. Steffi and Finn will talk to Ridge about the mess soon enough. And Ridge is going to explode in rage because Ridge always explodes. He already had a tantrum about this in Taylor's office weeks ago when he walked in on them. He told Deacon to get his hands off Taylor. He told them it was over because Ridge thinks he gets to decide everything for everybody, even though he dumped Taylor for Brooke. But now Ridge is going to be even more worried because he will realize Sheila connected the dots. He will learn about the knife and he will know Taylor's life is in grave danger. Ridge will not like how close Taylor came to Sheila's knife in the confusion of it all. And, you know, Ridge will probably try to intervene. He might even team up with Brooke to do something about it, even though Brooke and Ridge are currently busy trying to sabotage Katie Logan Spencer's fashion event, which is a whole other mess. But let's stick to Deacon and Sheila. So while Sheila has her wild outburst in Taylor's office, Deacon is completely clueless. He is busy trying to convince Hope that everything is under control. Hope is worried. She knows her dad is playing with fire, but Deacon tells her not to worry. He thinks he has a handle on Sheila. He thinks he can manage the situation. But the next time Deacon sees Sheila, he will realize just how wrong he is because Sheila will corner him. She will have a chance to unload her anger on Deacon, and he will get put on full blast for his betrayal. It will be time for Deacon to face the music. He cheated on her. He left her humiliated, and Sheila does not handle humiliation well. So Sheila will roar at him. She will scream, and Deacon may tell Sheila to direct her rage at him instead of Taylor. He will do his best to protect the new woman in his life. He will stand there and take the verbal abuse and maybe even physical abuse because he wants a divorce. He wants to be with Taylor. The spoilers for the week of April 13 to April 17 say that Taylor and Deacon will go public with their relationship despite any naysayers and risks. They will dig their heels in. Since the secret is out, they will decide there is nothing standing in the way of them being together. They will be prepared to fight for love. But what does that mean for Sheila? It means she is an angry wild card and she is going to strike back hard. Sheila and Deacon's divorce will soon be in the works, and that could get incredibly messy because they did not sign a prenup, or if they did, Sheila will find a way around it. Will Sheila try to go after Deacon's restaurant? Will she score a major divorce settlement victory? A lot of fans think so. Il Giardino represents more than just a business for Deacon. It is his second chance. It is his pride and joy. But Sheila is sitting right on the money. She has been dedicating her time and energy to the restaurant, making sure the staff is on top of everything. She could get a good divorce lawyer and take everything from Deacon. She could take the restaurant. She could leave him with nothing. And that would be a boss move. It would hurt him deeply. But Sheila might not stop there. There is also the matter of Taylor's career. Will Sheila stir up trouble for Taylor professionally? Taylor could lose her medical license over falling for her patient. Because Deacon was technically her patient, they had therapy sessions. And sleeping with a patient is a massive violation of professional ethics. If Sheila decides to work that angle, she could report Taylor to the medical board. She could twist the situation, fabricate wrongdoing, and end Taylor's career. In Sheila's world, revenge is not just about payback. It is about total destruction. She wants to ruin their lives. She wants to take away everything they love, the restaurant, the medical license, the reputation, all of it gone. Of course, Sheila might do something more unhinged instead. She might skip the lawyers and the medical boards and go straight for the violence. Wouldn't it be nice to see her truly hit Deacon and Taylor where it hurts without landing in prison for it? Sure. But this is Sheila. She carries a gun. She wields knives. And this brings us back to the biggest rumor of all. The rumor that Deacon Sharp might sacrifice his life. Because Kanan is the only actor who has ever played Deacon, and fans are terrified he might be leaving the show. He debuted on B&B in 2000. He has been a staple on daytime TV for decades. He even crossed over to the sister show, The Young and the Restless, in 2009. Deacon was in Genoa City, Wisconsin through 2011. He caused trouble there too. And he briefly returned in 2022, but his latest B&B run began in 2021 after being released from jail. And it has been amazing. The bond with Sheila is one of the more inspired pairings in this show's storied history. It really is. Sean Kanan and Kimberlyn Brown shared strong on-screen chemistry. They made this weird, twisted romance actually work. We rooted for them in a bizarre way, making the coming combustible break a highly anticipated event. We all want to see the fallout. But hopefully, viewers are not watching Kanan work in his B&B farewell storyline. We do not want him to leave. Yet, the clues to a grisly demise cannot be denied. The internet is buzzing with theories. Some fans believe that if Sheila walks in on the secret couple during an emotional moment, she could lose control instantly. And as viewers know, Sheila often carries a weapon. She does not always stop to think before pulling the trigger. Think about it. Sheila aims the gun at Taylor. She screams something about Taylor taking her husband, ruining her second chance at happiness. She pulls the trigger, and Deacon, in a final moment of redemption or guilt, jumps right in front of the bullet. Bam. Deacon Sharp goes down. It would be poetic in a really tragic, messed up way. He dies protecting the woman he cheated with from the woman he married. It is peak soap opera drama, and it would totally fulfill the death spoiler without getting rid of Taylor, because they just brought Rebecca Budig in to play Taylor not that long ago. They are not going to kill her off so soon. Budig is doing a great job. She has made Taylor her own. So killing Taylor makes no sense from a casting perspective, but killing Deacon, that would leave a massive hole in the canvas. Who is going to run Il Giardino? Is it just going to become a background set again where people eat salads and talk about Forrester Creations? And what about Hope? Hope has been through so much lately. Losing her dad, especially after she defended his relationship with Sheila to everyone, would absolutely destroy her. Hope would be devastated. She would blame Taylor. She would blame Steffi. It would cause a massive ripple effect across all the families. But sometimes you have to look at the bigger pattern with the writers. The writers love to back characters into a corner where death is the only logical exit. And Deacon has dug his own grave at this point. He lied to his psycho wife. He alienated his daughter's family. He ignored Steffi's threats. What were they thinking when they wrote him into this corner? He is on thin ice. And the spoilers say he and Taylor might sneak in some passion again. It is like they have a massive death wish. The forbidden fruit is sweeter, I guess. But we are talking about Sheila Carter here. The woman is lethal. Following his heart right into Taylor's bed is going to get his heart stopped permanently. It is just a fact. So fans will continue watching and hoping that Deacon survives his infamous wife's destined enlightenment and her unpredictable response. We want him to live. We want him to make pizzas and make bad decisions for years to come. But we have to prepare for the worst, because if Sean Kanan is really leaving, this is the way to go out. Going out as a hero, sacrificing himself for the woman he loves, it would be unforgettable. And it would cement Deacon Sharp as a legend on The Bold and the Beautiful. But man, it would be sad. I am not ready to say goodbye to Deacon, and I don't think the fans are either. We just have to wait and see what happens when May sweeps roll around. And speaking of other drama, because there is always more drama, while all this life and death stuff is happening, we have Daphne Rose Walton and Carter Walton. They have some pregnancy test results coming up. Did Carter and Daphne conceive a baby recently like they suspect? The spoilers say they are hoping to start a family right away. Carter says to his wife that in a few minutes they will know. It could lead to a huge celebration and more family planning, which is a nice break from the murder and revenge plots. It is good to have some happy moments on the show, even if they are brief, because, you know, on a soap, happiness never lasts long. But for now, Carter and Daphne are just waiting on that stick to show a plus sign. Meanwhile, we cannot forget about Ivy Forrester. She is patting herself on the back right now. She is keeping a lid on just how far she has gone to alter Electra Forrester's love life. Ivy orchestrated the breakup between Will Spencer and Electra, and she is proud of it. Electra's feelings for RJ Forrester will deepen. She is moving on with RJ. While Melissa Dillon continues to sit on Ivy's secret and pull Will in her direction, it is a classic matchmaking scheme, but Ivy's plans may start to crumble soon. If Electra gets some hints about Ivy's interference, there is going to be massive trouble. Will Ivy's downfall happen soon? If so, Melissa could go down too, since she hid the truth from Will. It is a tangled web of lies over there with the younger crowd. And the show will bring back some fashion drama as well, because Logan has another event coming up. Following the success of their mini collections debut, Bill Spencer will have a good feeling about debuting the full line. Bill is convinced Katie Logan Spencer is set up for success. He is backing her fashion house all the way, but Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester may do their best to ruin things for Bill and Katie soon enough. Brooke and Ridge are plotting. They want to sabotage the fashion event. They want to ensure Katie's business failure. The sister feud between Katie and Brooke may soar to new heights. Brooke is just being ruthless and competitive. She supports RJ's relationship, but she plots against her own sister's business. It is cold, but honestly, all of that fashion drama and baby testing feels so small compared to the Sheila situation. I just keep coming back to Deacon and Taylor. I cannot stop thinking about how this is going to end, because Sheila is not just going to walk away. She is not going to say, oh, well, you love her, I wish you the best. That is not in her DNA. She is going to burn everything to the ground. And if she takes Il Giardino, that is one thing. If she takes Taylor's license, that is another. But if she takes Deacon's life, that changes the fabric of the show. And the fans are going to riot. We love Sean Kanan. We love his portrayal of this flawed, charming, disastrous man. He brings so much soul to the screen. And look at how he handled the Luna situation. Deacon pushed Sheila out of his heart after she didn't tell him Luna Nozawa was still alive. That was a plot stretch, sure. But rejecting Sheila led Deacon to seek Taylor's professional analysis. And the setup was complete. That is how this whole affair started. It started with grief and betrayal, and now it is ending in love and more betrayal. It is a full circle of messiness, and Taylor's flawed coping mechanism is just glaring. Taylor and Deacon have been acting like two young, inexperienced people who share a mutual crush. Their connection hasn't matured. It is arguably a double rebound, but they don't care. They are in deep, and they are dragging everyone down with them. Steffi is going to need therapy herself after all this. She is literally running around Forrester Creations like a broken record. Every single day, Steffi is catching Taylor and Deacon together and giving them these final ultimatums. She just blasted them, telling Deacon that his romance with Taylor is officially over, but nobody listens to Steffi. They are on thin ice, and they just keep dancing on it. It is like they want to get caught by Sheila. Maybe subconsciously they want the punishment, because guilt is a heavy burden, and Deacon feels guilty. He knows he is destroying a woman who actually tried to change for him. Sheila tried to be good, and he threw it in her face. That has to weigh on his conscience. So when the gun comes out, and we all know the gun is coming out, Deacon will have a choice. Does he save himself, or does he save Taylor? His comments about doing whatever is necessary to keep Taylor safe tell us everything we need to know. He will not focus on himself. He will throw himself in the line of fire, because that is what a tragic hero does. And Deacon wants to be a hero. He has spent his whole life being the bad guy, the loser, the guy who messes up. This is his chance to do something purely selfless, even if it costs him everything. It is a beautiful, terrible thought. And as a fan, I am just bracing myself for the impact, because when Sheila Carter wants revenge, she doesn't stop until everything falls. Lives could be upended, careers destroyed, relationships shattered, and we are going to be glued to our screens watching every single second of it. So grab your popcorn, get your tissues ready, because The Bold and Beautiful is about to deliver one of the most explosive storylines of the decade. And whether Deacon lives or dies, nothing will ever be the same again. And I will be right here to break it all down for you. Every tear, every scream, every gunshot, because that is what we do. We watch, we obsess, and we talk about it. And seriously, think about the fallout if Deacon dies, the police investigation, Chief Baker showing up with his hot dogs, asking questions, Sheila trying to play the victim, or maybe Sheila goes on the run again wearing a weird disguise, a fake nose, a wig. We have seen it all before, but this time it would hit different because Deacon is family to so many people on the canvas. He is Hope's father. He is Beth's grandfather. He has ties to Brooke. He has ties to the Foresters. His death would send shockwaves through Los Angeles. And Taylor would have to live with the guilt, knowing that he died because of her, because they couldn't keep their hands off each other. That is a heavy burden for a psychiatrist to carry. And what if Sheila doesn't shoot him? What if she poisons him? She is a former nurse. She knows her way around chemicals and drugs. She could slip something into his drink at Il Giardino. She could make it look like a heart attack or an accident. Sheila's calculating when she is not having a wild outburst. She is planning, and right now she is putting the pieces together. She is remembering the pizza box. She is remembering the open balcony door. She is calculating the hours Deacon was missing. And when she realizes the truth, she might not just scream. She might